Hello everybody, Guns, Ammo, and Drones back with you. Wow, what can I say about this gun? This one here is the Girsan MC28 SA T. Now this one here came exactly as you see it right here. It came with this optic. It's a red dot optic. I was a little bit skeptical about this this site because of the price of this gun. Go on Gunbroker or go on Bud's Gun Shop or some of the other websites that have these. You'll see that these Girsan models are not very expensive at all, even with the red dot sight. Okay, so like other videos, I am going to start here at the bottom. Magazine is a Mech-Gar 15 round mag. It's a great mag. Mech-Gar makes some of the best magazines, I'm telling you. It's got the blue follower. It did come with just one, and that's fine. I'll have to get a couple more, I think. But it's a really, really nice steel magazine, and we'll just set that right there. All right, so working our way up right here, the back strap is replaceable, and it does come with 2 or 3 more. I don't have them out here with me, but it does come with 2 or 3 more. And I think this is the medium that's on here right now, and I haven't even bothered to change it out because I think this is as comfortable for me as it's going to get. And it's not just the back strap here that's changeable, it's these sides. It comes all in one piece, kind of like the Smith & Wesson M&P models. It's very similar. Now, the grip itself right here on the side, it looks like it's got some grippiness to it, and I guess it does to a point, but it's really not, it's not as aggressive as the Smith & Wessons or the Taurus. It's really not all that aggressive, but it feels good. The back strap has little squares. I don't know if that's going to show up very well or not. I'm having a hard time seeing it, but they're just little squares, and they're a little bit more aggressive. And then the front has something completely different. They're just like little lines and little rectangles or what have you. So it's got a combo of 3 different kinds, but it feels really good in the hand. It feels like it's probably not gonna come loose if your hands were wet, or if you happen to be using you know, this in dirty conditions. I think you'd be perfectly fine. Nice size trigger guard here. So if you do wear gloves, then you're going to be pretty much okay with this pistol as far as that goes. The trigger, it's a really nice trigger. It does have the little, whatever you guys call this, the dingus or the trigger safety on it. It's just the most common kind of trigger that you would find on pistols these days, it seems like. And it's a nice trigger. It's kind of a wide trigger. When you put your finger on it, you definitely know that your finger's on that trigger. It's kind of wide. It's probably less than a ½ inch, but it feels a little bit wider than what it really is. Magazine, it's a nice big mag release right here, and it is reversible if you are left-handed, so you'd be able to switch it out. Getting up to the front of the gun here, it's got your standard rail up front for your lighter laser, whatever you decide to do. I prefer these kinds up here, the 1913 the design, because some of these lights that you can get are much smaller than some of the other ones, like the Olight minis, and it's nice having more than one so that you can kind of custom tailor the pistol to fit. I know Glocks have one, but that usually works out just fine. I do like more up here. And getting up to the slide, as you can see, the slide is pretty unique. This kind of reminds me of one of those Glock Zev aftermarket slides that you can get with all the cutouts and things. I mean, this gun came just like this. I didn't have to do anything to it, and this thing is really, really cool. I love the look of this. It just reduces weight, lets the barrel vent a little bit more to cool off. I think it's a great design. It does have striker indicator in the back, so right now it is not cocked. But as you can see now, when you see that little red dot right there, as you can see, that lets you know that the striker is back into firing position and it is ready for your trigger finger to put some pressure on that trigger and let that thing fly. And I'll show you. The gun is the gun is unloaded, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger. I'm gonna show you what it's gonna do here. All right, here we go. All right, as soon as that trigger's pressed, then the striker will engage the round that would be in your gun, and it disappears. So that's kind of a safety in itself. Obviously, as soon as you rack that thing back, it shows up again. So it kind of gives you a visual indicator that that gun's ready to fire. As far as the trigger's a really, really nice trigger. Any of you guys have experience with these Turkish-made pistols, you'll know that these triggers are nothing to joke about. It's got just a little bit of take up. I'd probably say less than 1/4 inch, okay? And then you hit that wall, and it's got a really nice trigger. It's probably 5 pounds, maybe just a little bit more. As far as the reset though, virtually you don't hear anything. I mean, there's no audible reset to this. Now, I could care less about reset, to be honest with you. I'm not a competition shooter. I don't shoot my guns so fast that generally, you know, like at a gun range or something like that, they kind of frown on stuff like that. But the trigger reset, the audible reset, it really doesn't make a difference to me, but it could make a difference to you. And if it does, this gun has no click. It does. You won't hear it. I could barely hear it actually when I was just making this video here just a second ago. So you can pretty much forget the audible reset. As far as the slide itself, now if you guys have experience with the Girsan Regard, the Beretta clone, you will know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to this slide. This slide, the finish material, it feels like 1000 grit sandpaper. It's rougher than most slides that are on the market. I love it. I love the feel of this. Just this color, it's this two-tone. It's like a graphite metallic slide. I mean, it's got a great feel to it and a great look. The slide holds up really well to scratches and chips and just scuffs and things like that. Matter of fact, this one here doesn't have anything. The slide is in perfect condition, and it does have a chamber indicator right there at the top. It kind of lets you know that there is also a round in there. You'd be able to see the brass. And takedown of this gun is very easy, as you can tell. I mean, it's just a standard flip down. Most pistols are like that. Smith & Wessons, the Beretta, like the APX. Very similar. So basically, I'm gonna try to do this left-handed. Here, I'm just gonna do it upside down. I'm gonna lock it back, okay? We are going to pull down on this lever, hopefully. Let's see here, hold on. There we go. Oh, it's a little stiff today. We're gonna pull down on that lever, okay? Drop the slide, and then, well, it didn't do it. It went back up. Let me go ahead and push it down again. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, it's being stubborn today. There we go. Okay, it pulls apart. Standard pieces inside. I mean, it's just common. The most guns look like this in some way, shape, or form. Captive rod and spring. It's really nice. It's all steel. The barrel is actually really cool looking. It's fluted, so it reduces weight. It makes it look a little cooler when you're looking through the cutouts on the front. You end up seeing those. And I don't know if it'll show up on here or not, but look at that. Look at the tip of that barrel. It's octagonal. And that's also pretty unique as far as pistols go. First pistol that I have seen that the barrel looks like this. It's all steel. It does have a polished feed ramp, and I have had no issues whatsoever shooting just about anything out of this gun. As far as going back together, it's very, very, very simple. Same way as any other pistol. Lock it back, push that up, and hit the slide release, and it goes back home. Now, the other thing we can get up to talking about is this red dot. Now, when I bought this gun, it was advertised as having a brand on it. Now, this one here came with the big G on it, which is the logo for Girsan, which is a Turkish-made company. And don't let that fool you. Turkey makes some amazing pistols. They really do. I am just beyond pleased with this gun. My very first Turkish pistol was that Beretta clone, the Regard. And to be honest with you, I find no difference whatsoever between that clone of the Beretta, the M9A3, M9A1 hybrid, and the real M9A3 or the M9A1. I can't tell the difference. Quality of this gun is absolutely amazing. It feels fantastic in your hand. All right, now getting back to the red dot here. This is just a standard inexpensive red dot. I believe these are made by ADE out of Oklahoma. Here in the US, if you guys are watching this video and you are not from the United States, it's made in the US. Now, surprisingly, I have found that this red dot has held zero for 250 rounds that I've shot it so far. I have had to do nothing to it other than sighting it in, and I ended up using my green laser bore sighter at about 40 feet. So that's what this thing is sighted in at. And the controls on it are really easy. There's a button right here on the side. So you basically just hold that down for a couple seconds and release. And then let me see, there it is. There's the red dot, okay? So it doesn't have motion sensor like some of the more expensive Delta Point or the Sig Romeo. It doesn't have motion sense, so I do shut this thing off whenever I'm done with it. And all you have to do is just press and hold that button for another couple seconds and it turns right off. It does come with a cover to put on it to keep everything in good shape. It's fully adjustable, elevation and windage. These screws back here are what you screw down and unscrew to adjust the sight itself. These ones here are your lock tabs, okay? So you unscrew those, and then that gives you the ability to adjust for elevation in the top one here, and then your left and right, which is right there. And once you've got all that adjusted, then you go back to these and you lock them in, and it holds that zero like nobody's business. Surprisingly, it's a great sight. I believe you could probably find these on Amazon under the ADE brand for 50 or 60 bucks, and maybe even cheaper, to be honest with you. Fantastic, fantastic pistol. This one here I ordered off of Gunbroker, and just like the majority of the pistols and rifles that I own, I was patient and diligent when it came to purchasing online. You just gotta wait. Just wait for the right deal, because somebody is gonna post these guns on these websites at a steal that you're not gonna wanna pass up. And that's what I did with this one here. I just waited a week or two. Most of them were all the same price. When you finally scroll down through some of the other listings and you finally start getting to the end, you end up crossing one of the guns that is at such a great deal for what you're getting that it's kind of hard to pass up. And that's basically what I do, so that I can come here and make these videos and have a nice pistol collection that one day I'll pass down. You know, I love shooting these guns. I love getting them out and just playing with them, you know? I mean, I think everybody would do that. I hope everybody does. You know, it's nice to just sit there and open up your gun case and just start looking at some of the guns that you've spent your hard-earned money to buy and to shoot and enjoy. And that's the name of the game when it comes to this. If I had to use this for self-defense, I absolutely would trust this gun for protection. It is a fantastic gun. Just because it's from a Muslim country like Turkey, don't let that throw you, because they make some amazing pistols. They make some amazing rifles too, but they make amazing pistols. They're comfortable, the ergonomics are spot on, and the triggers are amazing. I'm telling you right now, I wish some of these other gun companies that charge $100, $200 more for would go get one of these in R&D. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. I forgot to put the phone into into airplane mode, so I would not get interrupted. Anyway, I'll make this quick. These Turkish guns are fantastic. This is the Girsan. This model is the MC28 SA T, and the T, I believe, has something to do with this red dot sight that's on top here, because you can find just the MC28s all day long, and but this T model has the red dot, and it also has these cuts here in the slide, which I find to be pretty amazing, and it just looks really good. Guys, thanks a lot for sticking around, watching this video. I'll be putting some shooting videos together here pretty soon with these guns, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.